I was trained as a lawyer, and I'm a trained lawyer, but I noticed the question has been there a long time ago. From childhood to the moment I started having my own children, and they started school and all that. So, and when I now finished school as a lawyer, I started practicing. I practiced for 2 years. I realized that I didn't have passion again. Going to courtroom were more like a burden, and working with my children at home and talking to them and teaching them was very interesting. And at that point, and of course, with a lot of people telling me, oh, you are more a teacher than a lawyer, I decided to, you know what, let me just go answer this call.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so if you were to describe the journey, first of all, you tell us how long you've been in this, and then how you explain the journey, the impact so far. You know, when you're doing things, there'll be times when people will say, oh, thank you, you are doing this. You saved my life. You saved my child. Do you have any such stories? What has been the impact so far, you know, taking this particular, you know, pathway?
Honestly, I feel I wouldn't have been another thing but this. And when I said that, I'm not just an educator, I'm a passionate teacher. I love the classroom. So at any point you meet me in my life, I'll be teaching. Even some informally, like walking into a friend's house, seeing a child immediately and feel that I need to take this child through something. I am doing it without remembering, oh, this is not a classroom. Okay, so a lot of impact stories. You know, one of the things when I started my own school, one of the things that really motivated me was seeing children turn around. You know, those children that will blacklist, tell you, oh, this child is not doing well, this child is, seeing them turn around will always be the joy. And of course, now hearing parents coming back telling you, oh, thank you so much, this child, nobody believed this child will be this or that and all that. And of course, it made me form this opinion I have that as long as that child is well, by well, I mean the child do not have any form of deformity that affects the child's brain or capacity to reason. This child can attend anything. You know, it just takes you as a teacher to be patient with the child, and the child will do well. So, I mean, I've had a lot of those kind of impacts,
Stories.
Yeah, stories from parents. And then I've been teaching for 14 years. This is my 14th year of teaching and also of owning a school.
Interesting. Tell us a little about the Global Students
Global School Connect program.
Yeah, Global School Connect.
Okay, the Global School Connect program stems from our vision. Our vision in Evergreen School is to raise global leaders. One of the visions, anyway, because when you go to the vision statement, you see one of the vision is to raise global leaders who are rooted in Christ and skilled in all wisdom. You know, these three things I've just said to you now are the backbone of all we do. And so, when you talk about global leaders, you're talking about children that are going to compete on the global stage. You know, and thankfully, the world has finally globalized. So it's like, if you're not raising global children, I wonder what we want them to do. So with that at the back of our mind, we started looking at what are the opportunities to give the children that platform, what will give us such opportunity. So we started scouting for programs that will make our children come in contact with children from other continent and be able to compete on that platform and give them the confidence we are looking for. Because for you to be a global leader, we're talking about being very confident. And so that was when we discovered the Global School Connect program. It's just a program where children from different continents come together to work on a particular SDG for 3 months. They do it virtually, and at the end of 3 months, they meet anywhere they decide, maybe the UK, maybe Nigeria, maybe anywhere, but they meet at that the location they will decide, and now have a physical interaction. Most time they get to that location, they choose a school, and everybody will go to school in a particular school, and after everything, they will have opportunity to all interact. So this gives them the opportunity to not just interact, because they're working on a global problem. You know, for every SDG is a global problem. So they work on the global problem together. They look for solutions together, and at the end of the meet. So at the end of it, what I see in my children, you see them more confident. You see them thinking, oh, if I can do it. I just met a child from a school in America, from a school in the UK, from a school in Asia, and we are working, and I'm not feeling any less, than the child. So I can compete favorably. That was just the reason behind it.
All right, so I noticed your brand color is green. Is there any story to that? Is there any reason for that? Your brand
Yes.
color, school uniform, green. Why is that?
Yes, yes. Green is life. It's not just because people say it. I know it. I know green is life. So when we started the school and we got the name Evergreen, we're so excited because we've always wanted anything that has to do with green. And, I don't know whether it's mindset, but I noticed that even when I come in and see the children, I see life. I see these ones are growing and they're blossoming. So I think that's just the reason behind it.
It's been a pleasure, Barrister.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much for your time. Hi, Ozioma.
Hi, Dr. Chiggy.
So beyond someone knowing you as Ozioma,
Yes.
what do people know you for?
Okay, some people call me Grace.
Grace,
Yes,
okay.
all right.
Grace, what exactly do you do and what is your passion?
Okay, I'm a student, a public health student, and my area of interest is public health, and how digital tools can help improve public health, healthcare systems and community well-being.
Okay, so I love the fact that you're into public health and you're into digital technology. Can you walk us through your journey being a digital technology enthusiast? When did it start for you?
All right, it started when last 2 years when I started, when I wanted to know how these digital tools like artificial intelligence, for example, helps in improving healthcare systems and community well-being. And also these digital tools, like I saw because my mom is a nurse, so I saw when this manual, she used to teach us how to use this manual BP apparatus to check BP. And then when my sister came back, she brought this modernized tools that just tells you how, it just, when you place the wrap there, it just tells you to breathe in and breathe out, and then tells you your accurate BP level.
Reading.
Yeah.
I'm quite curious about this sister of yours. She must be very interesting as a person.
Yeah,
Tell us a
she is.
little about her. What does she
Okay.
do? Where does she stay?
Yeah, she's currently a medical doctor. Now she got a work at FMC Owerri.
Okay.
So, but she has not yet gotten into she's not how will I put it? She's not yet in a particular field. Yeah, she's just a community medical doctor. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, she will get there. Let's dive a little bit into your imagination as someone who is a digital technology enthusiast. There must be times that you've imagined a gadget that probably doesn't exist currently that does one or two things in healthcare delivery. Have you ever had that thought before? And can you walk us through what your mind is cooking up? It's not available, but you wished maybe this particular process is digitalized or has an app or something like that.
Okay, I've imagined the tool, like a tool that can help, during the outbreak of COVID-19, to like this tool that it can dictate, okay, this person has the symptoms and it can tell you, okay, yeah, this person is diagnosed, like it can diagnose immediately and tell you this is, you're having a symptom of COVID-19 and then they have to quarantine. Like I've been kind of imagined that kind of tools that it can just tell you, once it's looking at you, it can tell you everything about you, how your system is, how it's weak, if you're healthy or if you're weak.
I want to know, what have you done towards this imagination? Because I know sometimes you think it's just a figment of your imagination, but have you tried to get maybe a training or something towards, or coding? Just have you tried anything? Even if you have not tried, have you thought about, trying to see how this dream can materialize, maybe empowering yourself to start working on this? Because that's how great things are actually born.
Yeah, exactly. I've not tried in to think about any tool yet, but like I've been having this passion to know more about like how these tools work in making healthcare system and delivery very easy and accessible, instead of course to reduce expenses and costs for
Interesting.
individuals.
So tell us, what's your favorite course in school? as a public health student?
Okay, my favorite course in school as a public health student is epidemiology
Why is that?
because it helps to detect, to know disease outbreaks and in the community.
Absolutely. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
coming.
much.
Hi, Helen.
Hi, good
You're
morning.
welcome. So, a woman in social media space, how has the journey been for you?
Not really that active, but they've been the highs and the lows. It has influenced me at one point or the other, and I believe it has affected each and every one of us here, one way or the other. It's just that we handle it differently.
So, from your experience, what has been the lows for you? You know, being a social media enthusiast and user, what has been the lows for you with social media?
Okay. When my parents first got me my first Android phone, that was after when I was about to write JAMB. So I love them following these vloggers, family vloggers, this reality show. So I saw like families where they are like, they are flexing, they are chopping life. You see them during Valentine, the gifts they get from them on their birthdays. At some point, I was no longer like contented with what I had at home. So I was not comparing myself to them. I'd be feeling like, see people are eating life, me, I'm just here. Well, I've never gotten anywhere. It kind of like got me depressed and made me not that contented with it. So at some point I had to just like go off Instagram. I was no longer going through Instagram to just save my mental health.
Absolutely. Now, there's this word you mentioned that, and I want you to explain what it means. When you say vlog, what exactly is vlog?
Okay, vlog.
Yeah,
These
what does
lifestyle,
it mean? Explain
like
what it
these
means.
YouTube vloggers, you've seen them, this, when you go to a page, you see family people, they earn from having these like reality shows, like just showing their lifestyle, their everyday lifestyle. So that's where they get money from. It's just like vlog their lifestyle. That's the main business.
Okay, so how do you manage your time between when you're doing social media and maybe academics? How do you manage your time?
Okay, we're currently having our exams.
Okay.
So most times when I feel like I've stayed too long on the social media space, I just freeze all the apps.
You freeze.
I freeze all of the apps on my phone because I'll definitely need to like turn on my data to like go online and check some things on my assignment or what I want to study. So I just literally freeze all of them and try avoiding coming online. Because once I come online, you know how TikTok, Instagram, they can be addictive sometimes. So I just like freeze the apps.
Okay, so do you see yourself doing this thing called social media or content creation in a long haul, or is just something you just want to use to pass time?
Well, I'm more active on LinkedIn now. So I was once into real estate. So, and when you're into real estate, you need to like advertise no matter the business you're doing now. Social media like gives people an edge in this period. So I can't say that I won't go into like use social media. So depending on where life takes me. So if it requires me to be active. So currently I'm a public health student. And I do a lot of volunteers. When we also want to like maybe advocate or say something online, I do use the social media page wisely.
Interesting. You said you are also a volunteer.
Yeah, I do volunteer, for events and programs, outreaches.
Okay. So, what was the first thing, or let me rephrase, what would you wish every public health student knew? Because you've had some experiences as a student. So, what's the one thing you wish every new student coming into public health should know?
Okay. When I heard about the course at first, they were telling me, oh, it's a really nice course. So going through public health, there are a lot of like opportunities. We know in Nigeria, they'll tell you that what course are you doing and where can you work in? And people will say, then they'll tell you, you can work everywhere. But in public health, you can literally work in so many places. So like when we're doing our IT, so there are a lot of like options for us to like do the IT. And I personally did mine in Ministry of Environment. Some of my classmates did theirs at health centers. Some did theirs in airports. Some did theirs in maybe all these oil companies. So there are literally like lots of opportunities for us to like practice this public health.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Dearest Veronica, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So there's this buzzword going round, soft life,
Yes.
right? Have you heard of soft life? It's a buzzword now. It's you Gen Zs. So we the older ones, we don't understand what soft life means. So just educate us. What exactly is soft life?
Okay, when we hear soft life, a lot of people, the first misconception they're going to get is that soft life is mostly for girls and is about them spending money, enjoying life, having fun, spending men's money. That's like the most thing they'll think about. But then soft life is not just about that. It's about your mental health. It's about thinking about yourself, arranging your time, and trying your best not to be burnt out and having too much pressure on yourself. It's not just about enjoying yourself. It's about also thinking about yourself, not just for females and males. And as a student, you should really prioritize your soft life. Yes.
Okay, so it sounds to me like this has become some sort of a philosophy, even if it's something that you practice, maybe yourself and people around you, soft life, prioritizing your health and things like that. At what point, or is there a story behind it? What happened that made you begin to think, in this direction that really this soft life should be about this and it's really important, students, professionals across board?
Yeah, it's more personal to me because I'm a content writer. I learned how content writing as a student. So I became very, very interested in it. And as a content writer, you have to know a lot of things in order to give your customers what they want best. So along the line, I wanted to also be a virtual assistant. I also wanted to learn content creating, video editing. I just wanted to learn everything at once. And that put a lot of pressure in me, including school. So it put a lot of pressure in me, and I just wanted to be free, to stop. And I got burnt out. Even the one I already know, that is content writing, I just stopped it. So, and whenever I tell people I just want soft life, they'll be like, which one? You want to go and be a sugar baby, that kind of thing. It's just, I want to rest. I want to just calm down, take a step back, arrange myself, know the ones that I just do one project at a time, not doing everything. Because I started first as volunteering so that at least when people see my work, my portfolio, so that they'll be like, yes, this girl has done a lot of things, but it became too much. I just had to take a break. So when I see my friends be like, I want to be like you, I want to do this, I want to do that, I'll be like, I beg, it was before. Right now, soft life Veronica. That's my go now.
All right, interesting. I did hear you talk about portfolio. You talked about content writing, which means you did it professionally. Did you do it on an app? I know that there are a few apps that you could go to if you're a content writer or a copywriter.
Yes.
To what extent did you actually practice content writing?
Okay, I was doing my internship with Copy Soul, where I learned it. So I started like diverting into digital marketing, where I help people sell their products in their social media accounts, handling people's social media accounts. It was more of volunteering and internship. I did not really put myself out there because, like I said, I'm still in school, so I had a lot to do. But then with managing multiple social media accounts, people's businesses, and putting people out there, it became too much. So I really just stopped. I just calmed down that aspect.
Interesting. So how would you recommend this philosophy of soft life to a man? Just explain yours, you're a female. How would it apply to a man?
Society has put a lot of pressure in men that you have to be the head every time. You have to do everything. You have to always lead. You have to have the solution for everything. You have to be the front. I have a younger brother, but because he's a male and we are girls older than him, people still want him to be in charge, to lead. And I'm like, you have elder sisters who can help you with this. It does not matter that we are not males. We can still help you. You don't have to do everything by yourself. You don't have to start making money at a young age in order to support your family, to support. You can also relax. Sometimes take yourself out. Enjoy yourself. Like, think about yourself first. Don't think about maybe your family, your babe. Today is Valentine's Day, so there's going to be a lot of pressure to get things for your girlfriend, your family, to show love, to show that you actually care. But if you do not have, you can take care of yourself. Take that water. Drink a lot of water, like our Proko doctor says. Drink water and rest in your house. You don't have to always do everything. That your man does not mean you have to kill yourself.
That's right.
Sometimes relax and have soft life.
You know, it's the philosophy of soft life is going to stand against a culture that men are in charge, that pressure that even says men cannot cry and the bottle of everything.
Yes.
Do you think this philosophy is strong enough to break down that culture?
Currently, with the Gen Z, yes, because there's a lot of people now that really think about their self. It might seem selfish, but you don't know what the person has passed through. Most times when I used to help a lot of people to write reviews, their CVs, but when they call me now and I be like, I don't have time for that. I cannot do that for you. I used to be straightforward. I can't do that for you. They'll feel like I'm being selfish. Something I can help with. Something I've been doing before. I don't want to do it again. It might look selfish, but you don't know what that person is going through. My sister, I'm supposed to help her with something, but I'm like, sister, wait first. I'm writing my exams. Let me calm down first. Let me know what I'm doing. So with men, these days, just look at social media. You see that everybody's thinking for himself. They just want to also relax. You see, they have their guy group, always hanging out with themselves. Like, everybody's taking it easy these days. That's why they say Gen Zs are rude, Gen Zs are this, but they're thinking about themselves.
Okay, so finally, before we let you go, how do you intend to maintain a balance so you don't soft life and be soft lifing and forget your calling or your purpose? How do you maintain balance?
Yes, like I said before, one project at a time. You don't have to give up everything you are doing. You just have to pick one. When you are done with it, you can pick another one. It's not by relaxing finally. Just release others. Do one at a time. Still think about yourself. As a student, I'll work on a project. Then I will read my book for my exams. Currently, I'm writing my exams. Read my books for my exams. Write my exams. When I get back, I do a little bit of work. Then I sleep for night class. So just your time. Give everything time, because if you say 2 hours for everything, just arrange it by your time. You should see everything will be easier and it will sort itself. And don't because you want to be nice to somebody or you want to help somebody, you let them scatter what you have planned or your plans or the way you have put things.
Thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed that conversation. Sandra, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So you're a student
Yes,
and you're also interested in entrepreneurship.
I'm an entrepreneur.
You are an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So tell us, what does entrepreneurship mean to you?
Okay, entrepreneurship means to me, I see all about value and solution, because I know forefront is profits, especially in the economy and the state of the country. And being a student, what am I working for right now? But to me, I'm seeing more of value and solution, bringing it out to people.
Value
And
and solution.
Yeah.
So before you went into entrepreneurship, what was the gap or the need you saw and felt, maybe I should profile solution to this and get into entrepreneurship?
Okay, I saw the need of being useful at first, okay, because it was born out of idleness. Being a student, I spent some time before getting into the university. So forefront, I just wanted to be useful. From being useful, I saw a problem specifically for my business. Currently, I'm a graphic designer and I have interest in. I'm also a mini importer, so I found problem around these parts that I think I can bring solution. And so far, I'll say for the past 5 years, I've been doing it, even if it's still on a small scale level. Yeah.
Wow, impressive. So tell us about mini importation.
Okay, mini importation is a business that's been existing for a long time, but people are not seeing it in the lens that we business owners are seeing this business. Because recently, as of 2025 ending, it became an upload online. You see the issue between very dark man and below. Yeah, that's mini importation has been there, but this upload came up because a lot of people want solution. We are getting these goods from China at a very, very cheaper rate, and most of these wholesalers and retailers are really killing us with price and our economy. So this is a business has been there for so long, where you buy personally can get goods by yourself from China and sell. Maybe it's more cheaper because China comes down to the level of selling to individual. You must not get a container or you must not get a whole warehouse of goods before you are buying. So it's a business that has come to solve problem, especially in Nigeria for our economic situation. It's a business that have come to stay.
All right, so you mentioned China and a light bulb went off in my head.
Yeah.
Because there's this case of what's the word now? What I asked for versus what I got. Especially with mini importation. You see very beautiful pictures, you pay for it, and then when you get the merchandise, you're like, what exactly is happening here? Have you had that kind of situation, and how did you handle it?
Yeah, the experience has always been there, because when it comes to business, talking about value and solution, there are so many entrepreneurs that are out there that their forethought is profit. So they don't care what they are selling to you or what they are dishing out to you. All they care is what they are getting in the pocket. And that is where this problem comes to play. I'm advertising something that is wrong. This is not the actual picture or the real life look of this, and I just want to get profit. And I know that if I advertise that this certain amount, people are going to buy. Imagine selling a smart TV for as low as 50K, and that's not what you're going to deliver, because my forefront is profit. So I've experienced that. But if you're running a business with integrity, it's not something that will come to play for you, because you are selling at your worth and at your value, and you're also giving it out to your customers. So it's not something that will come to play for you if you're running a business with integrity.
Yeah. Now, someone is listening to you and the person is like, I've been thinking about mini importation.
Yeah.
How do I go into it? What's the funding? What's the seed funding I need to go into mini importation?
Okay, well, coming into importational business, first thing advice is the knowledge, because it looks complex, because it's not something that a whole lot of people have been into. Even if right now it's going far, I'll talk more on the education, getting the knowledge about this business, how it goes, people you meet, people you're going to encounter, the terms, the things I need to know. Who am I buying from? Who am I giving my money? Which currency am I buying with? Because it's between Nigeria to China. You know, you're not buying with your currency. I believe the knowledge is forefront, getting the knowledge first. Then from the knowledge, you know about the other, what a mouth-watering offer this business has to give you when it comes to profits. Yeah, when it comes to profit.
So how profitable has this business been for you?
Okay, for me, it has been so profitable, just that I'm still running a small scale business being a student. But so far, my previous encounter with importing some few goods to Nigeria, I've made a lot of profits, because I can't really compare the difference between the market price to what I'm selling. Like, there's a huge gap, and I'm still making a whole lot of profits because I'm buying directly from these suppliers outside the country. So it has really given me a lot of profit.
Okay, so you keep saying Nigeria, China.
Yeah.
Do Nigeria and China have a bilateral agreement for mini importation, or you can try out other countries like Vietnam, Thailand, or is it strictly China?
I think for China, it has been the most popular and the most easiest. So they also have other links to other countries like Vietnam. You talked about, Vietnam and I think Turkey as well. But China has been the easiest. It's really, really easy to access, to buy from, and to get quality goods. So that's where we base.
It's been nice talking with you. Thank you so much
Thank
for your
you.
time.
Thank you.
My man, Victor. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing so great. Thank you.
So you're welcome. The last time we spoke, you blew my mind with your vision about prosthetics.
Yes.
Tell us, what are prosthetics and how important are they?
All right. Thank you very much. So, prostheses are basically devices that are being fabricated to replace a lost body part, especially in the upper and lower limb. In our society, there are a number of amputees. Some of them got amputated. Maybe it's congenital. They gave birth to them. Some persons from trauma, they had an accident and they led to amputation. There are others that from diabetes mellitus, it led to the amputation. So these persons now, you will notice that after the amputation, they find it hard to be integrated to the society. They face stigmatization, and some of them may even lose employment. So prosthesis is actually a system to ensure that their mobility is restored and they regain their independence. It also ensures that their quality of life is restored. Yeah.
All right. So what is the scope, or how far can prosthesis go? Because there are some people that lose as much as half of their limb or the entire limb or just a toe. Some people is maybe an accident and part of their earlobe got cut off. So what's the scope? I mean, how far can prosthesis go?
Yes, prostheses are of various kinds, both in the upper limb and lower limb. For instance, let's look at lower limb. So for lower limb, we have toe prosthesis, right? We have transtibial prosthesis for somebody that was amputated in the lower leg. That's the region between the tibia and fibula, right? So we also have transfemoral prosthesis, as much as even hemipelvectomy prosthesis. So these prostheses help to ensure that that person regains mobility. And prosthesis goes even beyond some of these physical devices. There are some prostheses that are used in case of knee replacement, right? There are some that are used when the head of femur, for instance, is severed and a surgery needs to be performed. So the prosthesis can be more like an implant put to replace the head of the femur. And that way, the person's function can be restored.
So how affordable and available are prosthesis in our society?
Yeah, affordability is a serious factor because most of these equipments and materials are imported, right? They are imported. However, Nigeria is really working on that. There is one particular foundation, Umanako, that hosted a challenge, and the goal is to get many persons that are willing to use local materials to fabricate prosthetic devices. Because we don't just want to fabricate devices, we want quality devices. Now, like carbon fiber, for instance, which is mostly imported, some persons can get it through something like banana leaves and all that, but if you check the quality, you will notice that it is lower than that of carbon fiber. So even though some persons can use as an improvise, it does not equate to quality. So I believe affordability is a factor, and some organizations are already working to sponsor and to also ensure that people get to adopt local materials for the fabrications. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. As a student, because I know with pharmacy, compounding drugs, is a challenge.
Yeah.
What other challenges do you think people in both those who are graduated and those still in school like you, what other challenges do you think, you are experiencing in terms of maybe courses or trainings that you need to really equip yourself, with the knowledge and the know-how, towards making these prostheses?
All right. The field of prosthesis may not be that popular right now in Nigeria. And because of that, training places are limited, right? So for my training, I actually went to Abuja. I worked at Cedar Crest Hospitals at Gudu, where I was able to gain access to trainings from practitioners in Nigeria, from Germans and all that. So I think one of the challenges is access to quality training. And currently, there are some organizations and companies being established, like Ifian Health, Orthofit Orthopedics is there doing exceedingly well. And the goal is to ensure that students have access to the practical experience.
Have you or persons in your field considered collaborations? Because I noticed even with Western world, there are a lot of multidisciplinary collaborations just to bring out one product. So have you thought about robotics? People in what's it called, AI and robotics, engineering, coming together to have that conversation. Getting there are robotic arms now,
Yes,
really. So
yes.
has that conversation even crossed, your mind?
Yes, exactly. When I was doing my clinical experience the previous year, I came in contact with a particular device, and that device is microprocessor controlled. So C-leg, for instance, is microprocessor controlled, and it involves the collaboration of not only prosthetists, but also people that are very good in biomechanics. So they come together, integrate AI to produce a prosthesis that has like a microprocessor controlled knee. I think it's something that is very, very imperative because the way the world is moving, AI integration is of essence. So integrating that will also help to ensure ease in fabrication, because sometimes when people want to fabricate prosthesis using conventional method, it can take time. So inculcating that will make the work easier, and it will help to mimic the body system more. Yeah.
There's compatibility issues when it comes to like implants of organs inside the body. Is there any compatibility issues when it comes to prosthesis?
Yes, like prostheses that are being fitted inside the body. Of course, they can be of different kinds. There are some that at the end of the day, they become more like biodegradable implants, right? So the system just takes them in. Now, before any implant is being used, the patient is going to be tested. So we want to ensure that what the patient is going to get will not react. It will not create a debilitating effect on the patient. So it is actually being checked. Of course, it's a factor. And after checking, diagnosing the patient, and this particular implant works very well, then it can be used. For those external devices, of course, complications may be from, there are some persons after surgery, they can begin to develop like bone spur, which is like a bony outgrowth at the distal end of the stump. So for those ones, they may have to go back to surgery for bone refashioning before they can now be fitted with a prosthetic device.
Thank you so much, Victor.
Thank you so much.
I enjoyed that conversation thoroughly.
I'm grateful.
Welcome, Matron.
Thank you, Ms. Zibe.
So,
Tiredness.
yes. So, as a retired matron, a nurse, caregiver, midwife, what has been the most complicated, child delivery or gestational period a woman has had to go through, a woman who you eventually probably treated or came across? Is there a story where there was a complication because the woman couldn't get antenatal care during your practice?
Yes, I had this experience. One hospital I worked, name not mentioned.
Yes, please.
Yes. This woman was brought to the hospital where I was working that time. She came with head of the baby in her vulva. And you know what that means? This time, this woman, the baby has already died. So that is why it's very, very important that mothers, especially mother of third pregnancy, they should go and register in the hospital where you have those equipment that are very important to take care of them. So I don't encourage people to go and stay in their house, wait for the time for delivery to come, or go to a maternity. I'm talking about this first pregnancy, very, very important, because you don't know the end of your pregnancy. So it's very, very important they go to the hospital and register so that they will be managed very well.
All right. Okay.
Antenatal care is very, very important because it ensures it's a care given to pregnant mothers to ensure safe delivery of live baby and without having any interference with maternal life. So it's very, very important.
All right. At what time during the pregnancy should a woman register for antenatal care?
In fact, immediately the person notices it, that he doesn't see her menses. So she should go and register in the hospital because she doesn't know the prognosis of the pregnancy.
So how often should a woman visit, the antenatal clinic during the course of her pregnancy?
During the course of this pregnancy, the 12 weeks, that is 3 months, you go and book. And when you are booked, next, you give the person maybe 2 months to come back again. Because during this time, you register this woman, know the past history of this woman, know the medical history of this woman, surgical history about this woman, every obstetric history about her. You have noted them and documented them in a register. So this one will continue. Then, after that one, you give another from 12 weeks, 26 weeks, 30 weeks. Then you give another 34 weeks. Then 36 weeks, 38 weeks, then 40 weeks for the delivery. The person is fully time to deliver her baby.
Okay, so what are the things expected that the woman will get during each antenatal visit? What are the things she's expected to get?
This woman is supposed to, when she comes to the hospital, she will do some tests. Her blood will be taken to check her hemoglobin, check hepatitis B, blood group, and genotype, all these things. And do urine tests, routine urine tests, where you check to rule out protein in the urine or sugar in the urine or other these things that may affect the woman. You also encourage the woman to do ultrasound. Ultrasound is very, very important because it's here because during that time the woman came for booking. You noted the gestational period, and with that ultrasound, you will know whether it's corresponding, and you know how the baby is growing, like that. So it's very, very important because it's in the hospital you do all these things. You can't do it at home or maybe in the maternity because they don't have all those equipment for that. Then also you check the weight of the baby, the woman, and even the blood pressure. You record all these things for your other managements in the hospital store.
Interesting. So finally, before we let you go, what would you say to that woman that is saying, I want to do home delivery, I don't need a hospital, I have herbs? What would you say to that woman being an experienced and a retired matron?
Please, I'm still saying it that hospital is very, very important for any woman, especially these people of first pregnancy, because you don't know the prognosis of your pregnancy. So you better go and register in the hospital to have a live baby and live mother at the end. And when you have live baby and live mother, there is joy everywhere.
Okay, so very quickly, there's this word that's often come up with women that are pregnant, preeclampsia. What is preeclampsia?
Preeclampsia is the condition you see in pregnant mothers. When you have the blood pressure very high, you see protein in the urine, plus, and you see generalized edema in that person. If care is not taken, if the person stays at home, you will see convulsion resulting. But if it's in the hospital, the woman will be managed very well, and that problem will not arise. You will not twist at all. and had a live baby delivered safely without problem at the end.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So I'm looking at you and I'm thinking, please don't get me wrong, tomboy. I mean, from the dressing to the gait to the shoes, I'm looking at you and I'm thinking, oh my goodness. So you're a sports person. And if you're a sports person, I'm guessing you're a sports person. What's your favorite sport?
Football,
Soccer.
yes.
How did it start for you?
Started from childhood.
Okay, walk us through it.
I've always been this person that likes to, I don't want to say hang out with the boys. So I come from a family where I'm the only girl, right, with 3 brothers. So I guess it's more like kids that I'm supposed to just, whatever they are doing, that's what I see myself doing. So they like to play ball, and then I just used to follow them. They put their shirts, I'll just put mine, and we are vibing. And we are vibing. So from there, it became something interesting and fun for me. And I just continued from secondary school, went for games, and right now I'm in the university, still in the school football team. Yeah.
Wow, interesting. How has this path that you have chosen, has it affected your relationship with your female friends? Are they comfortable around it? Is there a story behind that?
Okay, let's say in some aspects, yes, because it's more like when they want to do the girly hangouts and stuff. There's this week that is going to the pitch. So it's not like there is a major influence.
Okay.
Yes, it's not like there's a major influence. We are all girls and we keep on vibing. It's just that, most girls don't find football interesting. So I don't converse much football with them. Aside that, we are cool. There is no other difference.
Do you see yourself doing this in the long run, professionally? Tell us about it.
Professionally, I don't think so, right? I'm just going to continue from where I've been, making it something that I'm not going to stop. Why? Because it's a passion. Let's say right now, aside being a student, there is this other passion I love so much now, and that's photography. Yes, so that's something I am pushing professionally at the moment.
So how did it start for you? I mean, photography.
How it started was, I can say like 5 years ago. Yeah, I have this friend, my best friend, a guy, that he took this picture and posted on his status. And then I was like, God, I love dark pictures. Eh? So I was like, how did you do this? I was just so inquisitive. It caught my attention, right? So he just told me that it was not hard, that he did this, he did that. You don't want to believe that I told this guy to please come to my house so that he can teach me how he did what he did. And immediately he did that, I recreated it. And from there, I just started, anywhere I'm going to, I love nature, right? So anywhere I'm going to, I'll just capture the moment. And then I now have this friend in university. She takes pictures too, very good pictures.